Tommy Lloyd has been an awesome, awesome coach for the University of Arizona. We would agree with this. We would agree on this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I like Tommy.
Now, getting back to Jaden Bradley here for a second, will we say that Jaden Bradley not playing him, not basically making that switch at some point last year was probably Tommy's biggest mistake to date, and it probably cost the team a little bit in the end.
Yeah, I mean, he probably waited too long against Clemson too, right? And it's not like he waited that long. But yeah, I mean, eventually, I actually understood why you don't make the move with all the – I don't want to revisit it, but with all the Boswell crap, you not making the move that late in the season, but probably earlier in the season, should have made it. But they felt that they needed Boswell to make a run, that they couldn't do it without him. Maybe they weren't wrong.
But at what point then at what point though, because I think it's just so much of an accountability thing. At what point then do other players on the roster look around? And I had a parent or two ask me about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
This guy was allowed to do essentially anything he wanted on and off the court, and there was no repercussions. Meanwhile, Jaden Bradley was clearly better than him, and he was having to get the backup minutes. I'm curious if this is going to be a learning experience for Tommy Lloyd, because he is a fairly introspective person, but he's also, like I said, I also don't know that he's the biggest fan of confrontation. We're going to find that one out. But this was a big mistake on his part, and I think Jaden Bradley, especially if Jaden Bradley plays up to our expectations, I think it's really going to be shown.
Yeah, but look, the season's over. And now this season, I don't think that really pops up. I think Jaden Bradley is clearly your best point guard. KJ Lewis is clearly and Caleb Love and I don't know what other position that would show up at this year.
But I guess my next question is this. Do you worry then? And again, I don't know the answer to this. And again, we're picking nits here because I want him to be a coach here for the next 800 years. But do you worry though about some of the favoritism that has seemed to rear its head at points where guys that are out on the court who clearly shouldn't be are playing? And
I don't know who that would show up with this year.
Because Kerr was kind of the same way. I know I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, but Kerr in that NCAA tournament against Princeton was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I don't know who would show up with, because those guys are kind of gone. Pella's gone, Kylan's gone. I don't know who, you know what I mean?
Is this let me ask you this. I'm just talking. Is this kind of the product of Tommy just being a good dude, being a really nice guy, and probably?
I think Tommy's a loyal coach. I think that. And Tommy has told me, with Boswell, he's I believe in Kylan. A part of me loves Kylan Boswell. I like that he's stupid sometimes. I see the potential in him. And it's it's just Tommy. That's just how he is.
Let me challenge you a little bit on that. At what point then you can love Kylan, but also at what point then are you also going to be listen, man, you can't have 15% body fat. I'm sorry, that picture is a very damning picture. Brad Underwood clearly told him you're not going to look like this, and the kid transformed his body within a month. Why did that not happen here?
I don't know. I think part of that is Kylan too. I think Kylan woke up and realized that he screwed up. I really do. He said that right. Again, I go back. We talked about this before, after the Clemson game, where he basically said, I know there's a lot of things I need to change if I come back to Arizona. And
I guess I just don't understand why that was allowed to
I get it. But we don't know what was said. And I know that the other argument is if you're telling Kylan to do something he's not doing it, there has to be repercussions. We agree on this. We're a little different, but we're on the same page that we wish Tommy was more of a hard ass at times.